transitioning to your last year, right? The year I want to kind of forget about, but they gave you a much bigger role in that. You were playing some fullback, you were playing some tight end.
Yep.
What was that like for you as a senior in a role of leadership for a team, on a team that was, I think you're one of maybe 8 seniors on the whole team.
Yeah.
What was that like for you as a leader to try to keep that team together and to just really get through that season?
Bro, like without even being dramatic, bro, like that was probably the hardest, like the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, bro. Like the raw emotion that came from that losing and trying your hardest, like with all your heart. So like first, how I felt was, damn, like I've been getting screwed over for so long, and now I got my opportunity, right? So I'm gonna make the most of it. I'm gonna be the best leader I can be. I'm gonna do everything right. I'm gonna help as many people as I can. Like literally, like that was like my thought process. And for things to just start to crumble here, you try to fix it, clean it up, and then it crumbles there, and then you try to fix it, and then everything starts to crumble, and you realize like dang, bro, like this is crazy. Like we lost first game, and then second game, and then third, and I think the game where it really hit me deep that this is like leadership is it's not very glamorous. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people they want to see, oh yeah, he's the team captain, he's the team leader, but you don't know what you got to go through to really like excel at that role. And um, I looking back, I don't know if I was ready for that. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like I just wanted to take over the team, and I mean I had gotten 3 rings, bro. We were used to winning. Like truly, we were used to winning. Like out of the 5 years I played, we won over 10 games at least 3 times. So that's like we win games. So I don't know if I was ready for that. I think that my thought process of what it was different than I thought it was gonna be. You see what I'm saying? So like I was like thinking like I'm gonna step in, I'm just be a leader, just do the right things. But sometimes leadership is so much deeper than that, bro. But that senior year, bro, is one of the toughest things I've ever done in my entire life, bro. Trying to lead and trying to do the right things myself, trying to get people on board because it's hard to get people. It was a young team. It was a young team, and a lot of people. We lost to Furman. Once we lost to Furman, bro, like people jump ship. Like that's it. Like we suck. Okay. And Cedric, you can't tell us any different. I remember I called a team meeting, and this is another thing that I will never forget, like to the day I die. I called a team meeting, and I was like, look, like we gotta get. I talked to the seniors like, bro, we gotta get this team on board. Like this is our senior year. We got to find a way to win these conference games to make it to the conference championship. Like that's the least we can do, right? And I just remember standing up in front of the team meeting. Y'all was in there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember standing in front of the team meeting, bro, and like talking from my heart, and just like looking at the faces, bro, and it was just like phone, like feet kicked up, kind of like chilling, and I was like, damn, bro, they don't give a fuck, like they don't care, like they really don't care at all. And as a leader, it's kind of like being a leader is tough, bro, because you can't just be like, oh well, they don't care, so whatever. It's your job to get people to follow you, and we failed at that. That whole senior class, we failed at that, bro. So it was very tough, man. It was very tough. I cried. I've never cried so much as a grown man. I've never cried so much. I've cried almost every night that year, bro. Just thinking about it, like I cannot believe I'm going out like this. Like, there's no way I'm going to the NFL, bro. Like we can't win a game. I can't lead this team. I can't like there's so many things that I thought I was just failing at, bro. Um, but it truly helped me to find myself, like to really find who I was. Like I started to dig deeper and like understand why things happen. And it took after that year, bro, it took me a couple years to recover from that, bro. Like, and I talk to people about that, and people think that's kind of like, oh, that's come on, bro, it's just football. But like, I actually care, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, some people play football because it's fun, you know. But I love the sport, like I truly did. So I dedicated a lot to it, and whenever you put your heart into something and it doesn't really work out the way you want it to, like it has a deep effect on you, especially if it's negative in the way my senior year was, bro. So
Yeah, and I can attest to that because I remember my freshman year I came in, we won Fiesta Bowl. Next year, that bomb, Rashad called it East Carolina back-to-back conference championships. We were
boom,
on a
back
high.
back on a high.
Come through. I know for me, I feel bad saying this now, but like when you were saying that, I know I was one of those guys. I was out of there. I was gone. I was out of there after that Stanford game when Coach
Yep,
did me dirty. It was like you can say nothing to me. I don't care who's
yep,
talking. I don't care who's there. I'm not listening. And on the flip side, I think about that. That was just me being a kid, immature at that time, and just worrying about myself. But that was a major problem for the
yep.
0-12 team. And it
With the
came
whole
from,
team,
and the coaches didn't help either. The coaches didn't care.
they
Once
didn't
coaches
care.
don't care, players don't care. We fight in every practice. It
Every
made
practice, bro.
it made life tough. But on the flip side, I would say I think there might be a bright side for you. I'm pretty sure it wasn't that 0-12 year the year Braylon was born, or was it?
So Braylon was born. Braylon was born in 2014. So he was born, wasn't that Fiesta Bowl year?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I'd already had him. But that year, so that year that we went 0-12, um, I left college. Obviously, I was able to leave college and stuff like that. And I was able to really like spend time with Braylon because my wife now was my girl at the time. She lived in Jacksonville. So it was always me going back and forth, not really getting to spend the amount of time I really wanted to with them. So it gave me time to really think about, like, I've been dedicating all this time to football and leadership and stuff like that. But no, I don't think I was being a bad dad, but I'm just not being a dad that I could be. So I tried to use that to drive me um, as I was like trying to train for the NFL and stuff like that. So I started spending a lot of time with her and with him, and I realized that like that's where my happiness was. That's where my real true happiness was. That didn't waver. Like with football, I loved it, but my happiness was taking tolls. Like I wasn't happy that whole year, bro. Like from that, and I depended on that for that. So I just learned how to find happiness within and find happiness with my constants. So like the people I'm always be with, like my son, my wife, and and it helped me mentally, bro. Because I'm gonna be real, bro. Like I went through like depression over that shit, bro. Like that year, I went through like real depression, bro. Like I finished that year at like 238 pounds, right? Um, Over that the span of the next year or so, I think I blew up into like 283 pounds, like within a year or so. And I was just stress eating, bro. I would leave the house just like so upset about football and about how I went out like that, and I would just eat and eat and eat. And I remember I was doing looking at my finances one day, bro, and I spent like $16,000 on fast food in 1 year on myself, like one person, not a family, myself, bro, no cap. And I was just spiraling, bro, and I was like, I have to find some purpose, like I don't even know. You know how like they say don't put all your eggs in one basket, but stuff like that. So I got a degree and everything, which was good, but it was just like in my heart and in my head, I was like, yeah, bro, football's it, bro. Like, there ain't nothing else for me, bro. Like football, that's it. Like that's all I know my whole life. Been playing since I was 7. Like it ain't nothing else. So you do that, and then that falls through, bro. You're gonna be sick. I was sick, bro. I was in a bad place. My relationship was going terrible because I wasn't the man I was supposed to be. I couldn't be. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't be the man that I should have been. Just because I was so in my head and so like sucked up in my own selfish like thoughts. But it was awesome, bro. Like when I was able to just pray about it. I talked to my dad about it. You know, I'm very close to my dad. Um, you know, my biggest role model, and he prayed for me. We prayed together, and I was able to like shift it, and with my wife helping me, able to shift it and find positivity. She's like, hey, you know, my wife would always tell me, like, I understand, you know, football may not work out for you, but guess what? Like, I will always be here for you. And when she told me that the first time, I was just like, all right, she's just telling me that just to make me feel better. You know what I'm saying? Like your mom do, like, oh baby,
Right.
like, don't worry about it, it's gonna be fine. But I didn't really connect with the genuine message she was sending me, bro. Like she was like legit, like, hey, I'm here for you, man. Like you may feel like everybody's judging you because you failed and this and that, but you know, I have nothing but love for you. And like once I realized that, bro, like life began to change for me a lot. You know what I'm saying? I started to think about things differently. I started to realize like what my true happiness was. You know what I'm saying? Like as opposed to football, 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 football. That's all I know. That's all I know. That's all I know.